We'll be seeing the African region. Most of the issues are happening in the African region, especially civil war, all the diseases, outbreaks, everything. There is earthquake, there is flash flood, all sort of disasters are happening in the African region. So we'll see the African countries one by one where all the problems are happening. Okay, first is Somalia. What is happening in Somalia is that there is very complication for so many years. Like there is like this hunger issue. Okay, there is hunger crisis. Food prices are rising. Hunger crisis is happening. That is because of the failure in the rain. Okay, rainy season failure, and there is high level of drought happening in this region. Not only in Somalia, but there is also this problem in Ethiopia and Kenya. So UN, they are saying that Somalia is facing this extremely critical condition, a situation called as extremely critical condition, where more than 6 million people in the country is having this hunger. Okay, 6 million people are coming under hunger means it is very serious situation. 6 million people coming under hunger. So this condition is termed by UN as extremely critical. Extremely critical. Okay, this has been there for like 2-3 years now. The situation is not changing. So that is why Somalia is in news. Now we have to see the region of Somalia. See, this is Somalia. This particular region is Somalia. See, Somalia is open to ocean. Which ocean? Somalia is open to Indian Ocean. You can see Arabian Sea here. Here there is Indian Ocean. Here there is Gulf of Aden. And what is this? This is Red Sea. Okay, so Somalia is open to Indian Ocean, and you can see Gulf of Aden towards the top of Somalia. And which all are the countries bordering Somalia? There is Kenya. We talked about Kenya having the same situation. Then you have Ethiopia. Please draw with me. Okay, if you are watching this, please draw with me, because you can draw like this. You can see Somalia is here. This is Somalia. You can say Kenya, Ethiopia. Then this is another small country here. That is Djibouti. Djibouti or Djibouti, however you want to pronounce it. And there is Eritrea, but Eritrea does not have boundary with Somalia. So only you can say there is Djibouti, Ethiopia, and Kenya. And it opens to Indian Ocean. And what is the capital of Somalia? Capital of Somalia is Mogadishu. Capital of Somalia is Mogadishu. Okay. And see here, Yemen is here. Yemen we'll study separately. But from Djibouti, you can see there is a connection to Yemen as well. So there is Gulf of Aden here. Gulf of Aden, Arabian Sea, then Indian Ocean. Somalia opens to Indian Ocean. Capital is Mogadishu. There is Kenya, Ethiopia, and Djibouti here. And Eritrea does not have a boundary with it. Why is Somalia in news? Somalia is in news because of the hunger crisis happening there. Even Kenya is in news because of that. Ethiopia is in news because of the same reason. Okay, now we'll see another region, Tigray region. Tigray region, Tigray, it's a very famous region of Ethiopia. UPSC have already asked Tigray region once. Okay, so this region belongs to Ethiopia. What is the problem here? Millions of people in Ethiopia's Tigray and Amhara region are gripped by drought. I have already told you in the last slide that Ethiopia is hit by drought, right? So which all region are hit by drought? Two regions. Which all are they? It is Tigray region and Amhara region. Both regions of Ethiopia. So Amhara is in Ethiopia, Tigray is in Ethiopia. These regions are hit by drought. So hit by drought means it's very severe drought there. So we need to provide them humanitarian assistance. And also there is a devastating civil war that happened before. So earlier they were in news because of the war. And now after the war, what happened? Drought hit them. So at that point of time, people suffered due to war. Now they are suffering due to drought. Okay. So both of them, the people in Ethiopia is suffering very badly due to all these conditions. right? So we'll see the region. See this region. We have already seen Somalia. We have seen Djibouti. We have seen Eritrea. See, Eritrea opens to Red Sea. We have to learn this region very well because it's very important. So I'll draw it for you. Here you have Red Sea. Here you have Gulf of Aden. Here you have Arabian Sea. And this is Indian Ocean. This is Africa. Okay. Here is Africa. Towards northeast, you have Red Sea. East, you have Gulf of Aden. Then again, to the east, you have Indian Ocean. Towards the far east, you have Arabian Sea. This particular picture should be there in your mind. This particular picture should be there in your mind. And Ethiopia, we're talking about Ethiopia. Ethiopia's capital is Addis Ababa. Okay, the capital is Addis Ababa. And see the Tigray region. Where is the Tigray region? Tigray region is towards the north. See, Tigray region is towards the north. North means it is very closer to Eritrea. It is very closer to Eritrea. Okay, Eritrea, it is opening to Red Sea. Eritrea is opening to Red Sea. Somalia is opening to where? It is opening to Indian Ocean. And Djibouti, it is opening to Gulf of Aden. It is opening to Gulf of Aden. I hope you have understood the chemistry of the particular, sorry, not chemistry, the geography of this particular region. Okay. See, again, if you have had a look at this particular place, you can see that we are talking about the Horn of Africa. We are talking about the Horn of Africa. This thing is clear? Okay. So we learned about two countries, Somalia and Ethiopia. And we learned about Red Sea, the location of Red Sea, Gulf of Aden, and also the Horn of African region. Okay. Next, we have another African country, Democratic Republic of Congo or DRC. So DRC, why this is in news is because there is a humanitarian situation in DRC. So what happened is that there are many fatalities and people displaced due to clashes between the Congo people and the Rwandan people. Okay, basically there is civil war. And this question has been asked, I think this question has been asked in 2023 about the Kivu province. Kivu province was in 2023 question paper. Okay, Kivu. Okay, so that is why Congo is in news. There is constantly civil war in each and every part of Africa. At the same time, you can also see drought in Africa. At the same time, you can also see diseases in Africa. Okay, hunger is there in Africa. So it can be a multiple reasons why a particular place from Africa is in news. Okay, you have to identify the correct reason for it. Congo is in news because of the civil war that is happening now. Fine. So when we see the location, when we see the location of this particular region, you can see that it is in the middle of Africa. And earlier, this entire province, along with Republic of Congo, this Republic of Congo and Democratic Republic of Congo are two different countries now. Earlier, it was a single country called as Zaire. Earlier, it was a country called as Zaire, and this got splitted, and now it is two different countries because of the civil war only. Okay, now it is Democratic Republic of Congo and Republic of Congo. And you have to understand the capital of this DRC is Kinshasa. Kinshasa is the capital. Okay, so see who all are surrounding this particular DRC. Let's see the surrounding countries of DRC. Who all are surrounding? Angola is there. Angola. Zambia is there. Malawi. Malawi is another country. Then Tanzania. Tanzania is there. When you go up, you can see Rwanda. They are having problems with Rwanda because they have a boundary with Rwanda. Right? Then you can see Uganda. Uganda is an equally problematic country. Then you can see South Sudan. Again, Sudan and South Sudan was also a single country before. Due to civil war only, they also split into Sudan and South Sudan. So South Sudan is having boundary. South Sudan. Now, Central African Republic. Central African Republic, CAR. Then you can see that Cameroon is not having any boundary. Republic of Congo is having boundary. Republic of Congo is having boundary. So these are the countries that is having boundary with DRC. Understand that these many countries is having boundary means this is one of the biggest country in Africa. At the same time, it is a very prominent country as well. And they have problems with almost all the surrounding countries. And see the Kinshasa part, they are opening up to the sea also. They have boundary to the sea also. Which sea are they are opening to? They are opening to Atlantic Ocean. Okay, they are opening to Atlantic Ocean. This is important. They are opening to Atlantic Ocean. Fine. So the major issue is happening in the North Kivu province. Many fatalities and thousands displaced due to clashes between Congolese army and Rwandan supported M23 group near Goma in the North Kivu province. So North Kivu province is where, if there is a question like that, it is in the DRC. Okay. So this is about DRC. Another area is Cameroon. See Cameroon here, it is another country that is opening to the Atlantic Ocean. It is another country opening to the Atlantic Ocean. It is not landlocked. You have to understand it is not landlocked country. Which is the landlocked country we have studied here? It is Ethiopia. Okay. If you want to see, I'll bring back the slide. See here, Ethiopia is a landlocked country. It has no connection to the ocean. All the other countries, Somalia that we have learned, or we have learned about DRC, these are not landlocked countries. Again, Cameroon is not a landlocked country. So in Cameroon, what is the problem? Cameroon is in news because of a natural phenomenon. There is a lake called as Lake Cook. It can be a question. Where is Lake Cook? Okay. So there is a Lake Cook and the conditions or the character of the Lake Cook has changed and it is causing anxiety among the people. And this has created a huge impact in the news also. Right. Cameroon, it is also called as Africa in miniature. Okay, because it shows all the character of the Africa as a continent. So whatever character Africa shows as a continent, the whole character is shown, seen in the small continent that is Cameroon. What all things that are being shown here? There is coastal area, there is desert in Cameroon, there are mountains, there are rainforests, there is savanna. So it depicts a miniature Africa. That is why Cameroon is important. So Cameroon opens to Atlantic Ocean. Cameroon is one of the important country here. See, let's see a bigger map of Cameroon. This is Cameroon, okay. The capital of Cameroon is Yaoundé. And see the surrounding countries here. Which are all the surrounding countries? Surrounding countries is not very important for Cameroon since there is no civil war. We don't have to actually study the surrounding countries, but just when we look at it, there is Nigeria, there is Chad, there is Central African Republic, then there is Congo, there is Gabon. These are the countries that are surrounding Cameroon, and Yaoundé is the capital. See, so many lakes are there, important lakes. Chad have a lake called as Lake Chad. There is another lake here called as Lake Lagdo. And also, towards the off coast of Cameroon, can you see Gulf of Guinea? Can you see Gulf of Guinea? It is towards the off coast of Cameroon. You can't see it in a bigger map, but you can see that there is a bend here, and we are talking about the Guinea coast here. See this bend. And in this map, it is very clear that there is Gulf of Guinea. So you can say that in the off coast of Cameroon, you can see Gulf of Guinea. We talked about Gulf of Aden towards the other side. We talked about Red Sea. Now we have also located Gulf of Guinea. We now know where Gulf of Guinea is. Okay, we'll go to the other country. Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso, why this is in news? Because the president of Burkina Faso, he is Paul Henry Damiba, announced the resignation. So when he resigned, there was so much of violence in this particular country. So there came the military government, and the military government was overthrown by another group of soldiers, and there was so much of civil war happening in the country. And actually the thing was that the government has promised to keep peace in the region, but there was no peace, and the people protested, people were suppressed, and there was so many coups. First a group of soldiers attacked, another group of soldiers attacked, so multiple coups happened in the region. So Burkina Faso was in news because of the military coups or the civil war that is happening in the region. Okay, so when you see the Burkina Faso region, Ouagadougou is the capital. Ouagadougou is the capital. And when you see the neighbors, you can see that there are so many neighbors, such a small country, and it has so many neighbors here. So which are all the neighbors? Ghana is there. Togo is there. Ghana, Togo, Benin. They are always grouped together. These three countries are always grouped together. Ghana, Togo, Benin. Then you have Cote d'Ivoire, also called as Ivory Coast. Then you have Liberia. Liberia is not sharing a, Liberia is not sharing a boundary. Then you can see Mali. Mali is there. Then you can see Niger. Niger. So there is Mali, Cote d'Ivoire, Ghana, Togo, Benin, Niger. Okay, Ouagadougou is the capital. Fine. So talking about Burkina Faso, Burkina Faso is an important country. Every year, some or the other way, they manage to come in news. Okay, so it's a landlocked country. It comes in the Western African region. It has Niger, one area, Mali, then Benin, Togo, Ghana, Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast is Cote d'Ivoire, and the capital is Ouagadougou. What is the importance of this particular region? It has savannas, it has plateaus in this particular region, and there are low mountains, and also the northern region you can find Sahel. We'll talk about Sahel later. And Sahel region, it is desert like, at the same time it is not desert also. Okay, the next country is Niger. Niger. This is in news. It is currently because of the, again, military coup. Okay, the military has taken control of the region and they have thrown out their president. The president is no longer in the power. Military is taking all the power. And when Niger also lost its democratically elected president, the whole region of Sahel region means these many countries, Mauritania, Mali, Niger, Nigeria, Chad, Sudan. This entire region, it is facing political instability now. When an entire region is facing political instabilities means the entire region, the people will be displaced, people will be fighting, poverty will be there, civil war will be there. Okay, so many death will be there, hunger, everything will be prevalent. Okay, so the entire region is like politically unstable. At the same time, ethnic conflicts are also happening in the region. Okay, so Niger region, when you see, this is Niger or Niger. When you see the boundaries, you can see Nigeria here. What is this place? We have already seen this is Benin, no? Benin region. Then you can see Burkina Faso, Mali, Algeria, Libya. Then you can see Chad. So majority of the neighboring countries of Niger is from the Sahel region itself. Sahel region, it is a desert-like region. So these the entire region of Sahel is becoming unstable. And there was a question, I want to show you this question from the last year. See, in the recent years, Chad, Guinea, Mali, and Sudan caught international attention from which one of the following reason among reason is common to all of them? That is the question. So here, all these area have one thing in common, that is successful coups, military coup. Okay, deposits of rare earth element, no. Second thing, Chinese military bases, that is also not there. Southward expansion of Sahara Desert is also not there, because this is a Sahel region. If you know this is a Sahel region, okay, there is a chance that southward expansion of Sahara Desert can act. The thing is, it should be like northward expansion. Okay, and okay, that also we can leave, but successful coups was the answer. All these regions are facing civil war. This is the truth. So this was a 2023 question. Now we'll see another region from Africa itself. So many places are there in news from Africa. We can't skip this region at all. Gabon. Gabon it's actually coming from the Central Africa. Very rich region, but at the same time, very poor region. Rich in the case of resources, poor in the case of economy. When I say the region is rich, I am talking about the resources that is available in the region. When I say it is a poor region, they are economically poor. There is no economic growth. Okay, and there is political instability. There is coups happening, coups because of the civil war. Okay, the soldiers are trying to seize the power from the president. Okay, president is trying to fight back. The civil war is setting up. Okay, and coup attempt took place due to allegation of election fraud. This is a major problem in majority of African countries. There is corruption. There is election fraud. Okay, so here also the Gabon's president, he was accused of election fraud, and the military tried to seize the power, and there was a fight happening in the Gabon region. Now, when we see the Gabon region here, the Gabon open to Atlantic Ocean, and we have already mentioned there is a Gulf here, that is Gulf of Guinea. We are talking about the western side of Africa. Okay, so in the eastern side, we already learned Gulf of Aden. In the western side, we have Gulf of Guinea. Okay, and Atlantic Ocean. In the right side, we have Gulf of Aden and Indian Ocean. Okay, so Gulf of Guinea is here. Then you have Equatorial Guinea. Towards the down side, you have Gabon. Gabon open to Atlantic Ocean, especially the South Atlantic Ocean. And who all are the surrounding countries? There is Equatorial Guinea, there is Cameroon, then there is Congo. See, Congo is a very unstable country. Cameroon is also having their own problems. Equatorial Guinea is like a very vulnerable country. Hence, Gabon will not be peaceful. Please note the surrounding countries, okay? And locate this place. And the capital of Gabon is Libreville. The capital of Gabon is Libreville. Libreville. Capital of Gabon is Libreville. Now we'll talk about Great Green Wall of Africa. Great Green Wall of Africa, GGW. It's a project by African Union. Okay, it's a project of African Union. It is to protect the Sahel region, to restore the landscape or greenery of the continent. Okay, so they are planning to build a 8-kilometer wide band of trees that is stretching 8,000 kilometers across Africa. So it will be like this. I can draw it for you. It is like 1,000-kilometer long, 8-kilometer wide stretch of trees, okay, across Africa. Why? To restore 100 million hectares of degraded land, and it will also sequester around 250 million tons of carbon, and it will also create 10 million green jobs by 2030. Okay, so which all countries are coming under it? 11 countries. This is very important. Please write it down. 11 countries are coming under this particular thing, that is Sahel Sahara region. Which all countries? Djibouti, Eritrea, Ethiopia, Sudan, Chad, Niger, Nigeria, Mali, Burkina Faso, Mauritania, and Senegal. They have joined to combat land degradation and this particular thing. Okay, this is very important because India has adopted a miniature version of this Great Green Wall in the Aravalli region in order to build a green wall across the Aravalli to restore the degraded land. Okay, so Sahel region is basically the semi-arid region. Semi-arid region in the western or the northwestern part of, or the central part of Africa, which is actually it is actually ecotone. We can say it is an ecotone, or it is actually a transition zone between the Saharan desert and also the savannas. So you can say you have Sahara and you have savanna here. And there is a connection region, a transition region, that is Sahel. And the Sahara is advancing. When the Sahara is advancing, the Sahel region is getting lost. And eventually the Sahara will become bigger and bigger. You need to actually stop it. So you are building a green wall in the Sahel region. That is what they are doing. Okay, this concept is very important because India is adopting, India is trying to bring a version of it in our country. Okay, so we'll just see the picture of Great Green Wall of Africa. See the participating countries and the focus areas. Focus area is in the fluorescent green color. The participating countries are Senegal, Mauritania, Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger, Nigeria, Chad, Sudan, Eritrea, Ethiopia, and Djibouti. So, entire stretch of Africa from west to east is getting covered. Okay, western portion, middle portion, and the eastern portion. The entire stretch of 8,000 kilometers is getting covered, and 8-kilometer wide green wall is getting built in order to stop the Sahara from the north to get expanded towards the south. So that's it about the African region.